Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grew up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. What's up, good people? What is going on, good people, good people? Hope all is well with everybody. Let me go ahead and get our cousins over here on Instagram in the chat, and we're going to go ahead and get it popping. All right. All right. Greetings, everybody. Thank y'all for stopping by, tapping in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are here for the first time, I want to welcome you here. If you are a returning cousin or kinfolk, I want to welcome you back. Okay. Before I get started with what I am sent here for and why you see all of this, why you see the title, I'm going to kindly ask you to share with somebody you know, need to have something extra coming in to stay afloat. I want you to share this with somebody that's going through things financially. I want you to share this with somebody who, working 3 or 4 jobs trying to make ends meet. I want you to share this with somebody who sees exactly what is going on, what is happening to us as American people, what is happening around the globe, and they know that they must act now or forever the opportunity will be gone. And that's just the honest to goodness truth, okay? If we don't act now, we will never have another opportunity as such. We have waited hundreds and hundreds of years to be able to be in a better position, to be able to come from the bottom and be able to stand on our feet and do something different. So share if you can. It does not cost you anything and it's absolutely free. It does not take much of your time, okay? If we all share, we do 2 things. We reach the people that we're supposed to reach. Maybe what I'm sharing here or saying here is not for you, but it's actually for somebody you know. So you were compelled to stop by, and a simple share will help me reach the people that I am sent here for. I'm not here for everybody, but I'm here for somebody, and I want to reach that person. The second thing it actually helps me do is beat the algorithm, okay? It is now man versus machine. AI, all of this technology, all of this facial recognition, biometrics, all of this stuff is now governed by a machine. Okay. So when you share, when you even comment, if you don't have nobody to share with, cool. At least be engaging in the comments. Okay. When you do that, when you like it, when you smash the hearts, even over here on Instagram, it tells the algorithm, hey, you should show this to somebody else. So that's even a form of evangelism. You sharing, this good old truth over here. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I'm not going to delay. I try to come by here on the last live and do this, and the spirit took us, a whole different route. So I am going to go ahead and get this pulled up on my screen, and we're going to go ahead and go for the gusto. And before I get into this, I'm trying to figure if I should do this afterwards or before. I'm going to open up in prayer, okay? If you're not a person that pray, then this ain't the live for you, okay? But I'm going to pray on this live real quick. before I go ahead and get started. Father, I just give you all praise, I give you all honor, and I give you all glory. Father, I thank you for all that you have called for me to do and all that I have done by your good grace, by your mercy, by your never failing love. I thank you, Father, for the opportunity to serve your people. I thank you for this assignment, for the hundreds of new business owners, the hundreds of people who were able to get funded and change their financial future, the hundreds that were empowered, were encouraged by anything that I have ever came by here and said or shared. I ask you to use my life, and I thank you for using my life. I thank you for the heart that you have for all of us as your children and your creation. I thank you that your will is that no man be left behind, that not one man perish. Father, and I also understand even more so now the rebellion, especially of the house of Israel, the rebellion, the going after other gods. I also understand that. And with that being said, I could walk away from this assignment with my hands clean and my heart pure towards your people. I ask that you would lead those here on tonight to hear what you would have to say to them. And not only that they will hear, but that you would bear witness in their spirit and you will give them a confirmation in their spirit that you have called them, drawn them, led them to this specific life so that you can do what you have always desired to do in their lives, that they will be able to fulfill the purpose that you have placed upon their lives, whether they feel inadequate, whether they feel unintelligent. Father, you took somebody from the hood, from the hood, God. You didn't have to come and get me, but you got me. And your words say you take the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. You found a servant that said yes, no matter the price, no matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice, no matter who comes, no matter who goes, no matter who stays. You found a servant that says yes to your will and your way. So I thank you that your spirit, that they would hear your spirit and they would give you a resounding yes. It will not be easy. Nothing is easy. We get to pick and choose our hard. And it has been hard to struggle. It has been hard to be in bondage. It has been hard for generations seeing our ancestors chained, not only with physical chains, but with mental chains. I thank you for every builder, every forerunner, Father, every frontliner. I thank you for every soldier that you have called for such a time as this, that you have assigned to me and I have assigned to them. They will be drawn here to this life, and they will not miss when you are beckoning for them to call, for them to come up higher and for them to fulfill what you have put and placed upon their lives. So I give you all honor. I give you all glory for the good, the bad, and the indifferent. It has been one experience, and I am so very grateful. I'm so very grateful. And I thank you for each and every one of my cousins. I bind any chains and fetters of blindness that the God of this world may have put over the eyesight of your people. I unstop any deaf ears who can't hear from your spirit. I thank you, Father, that having eyes to see, they will see, and having ears to hear, they will hear, and they will answer your call. And I give you praise, honor, and glory for it all. I take authority over any spirits of monitoring, any spirits that are monitoring to try to stealth undetected. We take authority. We bind those spirits, any spirits of witchcraft, wizardry, We take authority over those spirits in the mighty name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. And I thank you, Father, that you declare, let your people go, and they will hear your clarion call and they will answer it. Hallelujah and amen. Hallelujah and amen. All right, y'all. So on the screen, I have a presentation over here on Instagram. You ain't gonna be able to see it because it's wide view. And like I always say, I would have to flip my camera around, and I don't think that I have that capability to do so over here on Instagram. So I will read to you. Okay, I will allow you to see what the presentation looks like, and then I'd have to pull all the way out like that there, and then you wouldn't be able to see the text unless I was up on it here. So you will hear me reading from this presentation. All right, y'all. So this is the last live public access ends here. Okay. This is the last free warning, the last discounted or cheap entry. And this is where the next move goes private. Okay. We are warned in the word to not cast our pearls before swine. There's a time and a season for everything. There's a time when you will come out and you would have to build, and then there's a time when you will retreat and you would just reap your harvest. There's a time and a season for everything, just like it's a time for the sun, and then it's a time for the moon. It's a time for rain, and then it's a time for the heat. Okay, it's a time and a season for everything. On this live, I'm going to say this is bigger than just a sale. This is not a pitch. This is not a promotion. What you are witnessing is a pivotal moment. What you are also witnessing is an invitation for you to come up hither, come higher, come out of your degradation, come out of your depression, come out of your lack, come out of your poverty. It is an elevation. Okay? This is a live that will separate those from who's been paying attention to those who have not been. The kind that years from now will either look back with gratitude or with grief and regret. Okay, the window of public access is closing. What has been freely available, I have served 6 years religiously, okay, is now getting ready to transition into an exclusive private ecosystem. Access, free access, just open access. It's going private, okay? For the builders, those who need the instruction, and those who not only need the instruction, but those who will execute the writ of instructions. Okay. I'm going to go over some opportunities later on. These will be the final opportunities. So I'm going to make sure I get through this. I'm going to kind of blaze through this and make sure that I stick to the script, I stick to the time, and then I'll go ahead and let y'all do whatever y'all want to do. Okay. Reason why I showed up, none of this started with a business plan. It started with something I could not ignore. Started with a pattern I kept on seeing everywhere that I looked. In every community, at every income level, real people, smart people, hardworking people, straight up suffering, not from a lack of effort, but from a lack of a blueprint. I say this, and I'm going to say this off the script. People are poor on purpose. It's not only because they pass over opportunities repeatedly, they have a poor mindset. They don't think, you know, how valuable they really are of themselves. They don't think they can do it. They don't think that, it's doable. They don't think that it's them that has been called to do it. It's a poor mindset. That's one thing that I can honestly testify to, because I had a poor mindset. It was actually a business partner. We were coaching each other. She saw that I would come out and I would just serve the people. And she was like, you pour so much time. I mean, hours from the morning to the afternoon. hours, literally hours, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours. You're like, you pour so much, you gotta at least, you know, just ask everybody to give $5 every single month. You giving out all this material, all this information, you giving out everything. Ask them for $5 a month, and I struggle with that because my mind automatically thought everybody else ain't got $5, because I really ain't got $5 extra. And I had it. My wake up call came when one day somebody was trying to sell me into something. And I was like, nah, I can't afford it. I can't afford it. It's like, do you mind if I ask you a personal question? I'm like, yeah, I don't mind. It's like, do you do online banking? I'm like, yeah. It's like, could you go to your online bank and log in? I'm like, what? For what? Because I want to go over something with you. I don't need to see no personal information. We just gonna go to the transactions. Get me to that. So he started scrolling. He was like, that right there, that Olive Garden, that was $60 right there. You see that? And I'm like, mm-hmm. It's like, you see the next day, you might have had lunch or somewhere. You went out to this restaurant right here. Yeah. And then you see on Friday right here, you guys went out and got something else to eat. That was $40 right there. It's like my plan only cost $97. I've literally counted $150 in 3 days. To change your life is only $97 a month. And I was like, wow. He was like, so I'm going to ask you again. Can you afford it or can't you afford it? And right at that moment, I realized I could afford it. I was putting my money on stuff that, oh, I'm tired, I done came home from work, we ain't cooking, we gonna go get something to eat. That adds up. That was 3 days, $150 in 3 days. That wasn't even a whole month. We didn't even have to get into the whole month because it was embarrassing. You can't afford your life and the life you want to live, but you can afford what makes you feel good. When it comes to affording something that will change your life, you can't afford that. But when it comes to something that makes you feel good, you can afford it. Okay? So poverty is a choice. I don't care what nobody say. Poverty is a choice. I've seen people make money from dirt. I have a person right now that goes, let me show you. Let me pull it up, okay? Because I always want to. No, I'm not going to pull it up. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I start having to switch screens and all of this stuff, and I don't want to do that. But I want to stick to the script. But I got to show you this. And this is when I understood that people are poor on purpose. We won't even use the resources that are around us that God gave us. We study asking for more and more and more, and we won't do nothing with what we got but consume. Let me stop the share right there and then come over here and share this because I'm about to show it to you, okay? People have made hundreds of thousands of dollars doing what you see on the screen. And let me flip it around so you can see too. A man specifically that I know who lives in Pakistan and then made himself a millionaire in Pakistan off of United States dollars. He's made hundreds of thousands of dollars from the United States, which now converts to his money. He's a millionaire. And you know how he became a millionaire? There was a beach around him. And he would go up to the beach right before sunset. Now you see all on the screen, most people, got your name here or, several different styles, but his specific niche was I will go out before the sun comes all the way up so you get that sunrise. Okay. And I will also go out right when the sun is going down, and I will write you and your spouse's name. I will write your name. I will write whatever you want in the sand. Okay? $5 if you wanted a video, if you wanted him to record 5 seconds after he wrote your name in the sand and the water comes up and wash it off and makes it look, like this here. He would charge $25. $5 for just a name and a photo. Okay? $25 if you wanted the video. And it became rich. You cannot tell me that poverty is not a choice. Oranges grow on trees. And if you in the right season, you can go pick you some oranges. Okay? You can. And sell you a bag of oranges. You can go into the grocery store and buy a one watermelon and cut it up in slices and put them in plastic bags and put salt and seasoning on them and sell watermelon slices from one watermelon for $5. You get a bag and cut them up in squares. Put them in the bag, put you some seasoning and salt on them. People buy them all day long. There's no reason why you can't afford, to start investing in yourself and making your money grow from you. If you had no money, I just gave you multiple ways. Go in your closet, walk around your house and see what's expensive in there. Put that bad boy on one of them. I forgot what the name of them is, but when I didn't have it like that, I used to go on there and offer up. I think that's what it is. Facebook marketing. You have to get creative. Okay. When you get tired of being tired, then you will do whatever by all means necessary. By all means necessary. I dealt with 2 people today that had an issue with getting their own funds from the bank. I'm like, why in the world would we ever keep our money in the bank and these people can dictate and control whether you can get your money out, how much of it you can get out, what you can send, how much of it you cannot send, whether we're going to approve your money to be sent. And what does your money do for you in the bank? Nothing. It is not growing. It is not growing. People, you got to diversify your money. Having cash and lots of it is nothing. If they decide tomorrow, and we inching closer day by day, they keep on making this hoopla that this new Fed chair that is getting ready to take office May 17th has a whole entire plan to reset the economy, and it doesn't sound good. He's going to flood the economy with AI. The only reason why gold would ever go up, and you can go look this up and you can go and fact check me. The only reason why gold and silver goes up is because dollar is dying. It's going down. It's backed by nothing. Y'all got to pay attention to what's happening. You ought to be diversifying, making as much of it as you can while you still can. You understand me? While you still can. And then diversifying it. That is when you become wealthy or, assetable. That is when you got some moves to make, some power moves to make. That is when you are in a different position. Not when you got a whole bunch of cash. If you got credit cards, why are you saving your credit card to pay bills and get in debt? Because you have no way of paying that back. Why are you not leveraging the credit that they gave you to make you more money? Why? Because people have never been taught and they have a poor mindset. They would get a credit card with $10,000 and say, oh, I'm just going to hold it and do nothing with it just to say I got a $10,000 credit card limit. That's stupidity. It's not making you no money. It looks nice, but it's not making you no money. And you also, you know what? They realize that you don't know what to do with credit. Because credit was only created to go make money. That's why they love to lend it. I'm lending it because I'm getting more than I lent off of it. It's called capital. America is a capitalistic country. It rewards you for playing the game the right way. When you a consumer, you get treated like everybody else. Let me put this up on the screen so you can see it yourself. I don't care if you've seen it before. You're going to see it again. Public sector, okay? Also, AKA consumer. Public sector. This is what you and I are. Well, this is what you and I is supposed to be. Public sector. Okay? Now listen to what the public sector is. The public sector is the part, not a part, but the part of an economy controlled, funded, and managed by government entities, national, regional, or local, to provide essential services and goods such as defense, healthcare, education. Unlike the private sector, its primary goal is social welfare and public service rather than profit generation, funded largely through taxes. Now, how in the world is Google telling you what you are? You are a slave. If you are controlled, anything that is controlled has a master. And it is a slave to that master. Unlike the private sector, the public sector is all about social welfare, handouts, this, that, control. We control that. We can control who lives in the house. We can control how much money you make before we take away our benefits. But a private sector, people spend too much time out here hating Donald Trump and not realizing you can work for whoever you want to work for, okay? I know what God did. God let you be a Cyrus, a man with a hard face, but a man that had wisdom and skill set. Say what you want to say about this man. This man has dumped so much money to small businesses. His number one goal was to get people off of welfare and back to business. That's what he's been hollering at the same time. People want to know, what did he mean when he said make America great again? No, the economy was crippled when they gave all this money and people just sat around and did nothing. The economy was crippled. Get back to business. This is where the money really is. It is not in working a 9 to 5. This is where the money really is. Hey, we're giving state back funding, okay? Everything from the federal, we're giving it back to the states. And what we're doing on the federal side, $80 billion is getting ready to be given to business owners, small business owners. You take that back and put the correct terminology on it. Small business owners. Why? That is the private sector. That is a sector that lessens the burden of the government. So they reward you for lessening the burden of the government. When you are a burden of the government, there is no rewards. We have to go and create the jobs for you to work. That's a burden on the government. Instead of you creating the jobs for you to find people to come and work and lessen the burden of us having to go and hire people to work, okay? You actually, we'll pay you to do it. Instead of us having to give out billions and billions and billions of dollars in aid and government assistance, we will give you those billions and billions and billions of dollars to educate, to empower, to train, to allow people to work, get butts and seats, get America back moving. There is so many benefits in having a business, and I have been preaching that and will preach that loudly on my last live here, on this live right here. I have given you every clue. I have given you every secret that you need, every tool that you need. What I'm doing that works for me and work for other people, I sit in the company and communities of. I have brought it back to you. because it works and it is working and it will work for those who will work it. Period, point blank. Can't nobody come and save you. I'm not your savior. I can't come and do it for you. I didn't offer some done for yous, but you still got to participate. You still got to learn how to maintain it. You still got to learn how to do all of that. When you learn the skill, then you're in control of the cash flow, of the bill. When you create something, a system, when you are in control of the skill, then literally you have money for the bills, you have overflow, you have exactly what you need. And then you take that money and you diversify it. Let me put some in gold. Let me put some in silver. Let me put some in land. Let me put some in real estate. Do you wonder why they call those things assets and not cash? Cash is called currency. It's supposed to move, which means it's not growing, it's not moving, saved up in your bank account or saved up on your credit card. Money is called currency for a reason. Money is called currency for a reason because it flows. If you know anything about a river, or if you know anything about an ocean, if you know anything about a pond, it flows. It has a current. It moves in a certain direction, upstream and downstream. Money is currency. It's supposed to move. It's not supposed to sit. It's not supposed to be saved. It's supposed to go and make you more of it. So people are poor on purpose. I say that. I don't feel sorry for people. I don't feel sorry for people. I don't. It's easy to gain a lot of sympathy. But I don't feel sorry for people. Even a homeless person will get out there and go stand. That's work. And open up their mouth and ask, embarrassed and all, and ask for $1. And somebody's going to give it to them. 100%. I think I hear my kids getting ready to come in here. I knew it. I heard them. I'm going to go ahead and share this screen so that they can come in because it's going to be a little noisy. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Because I want y'all to hear this while they coming in. Josie, turn that down, babe. Turn that down. How are you doing? Redemption. Stop it. I was trying to play the video, but it is what it is. Y'all already know I'm straight from the house, okay? I do what I do from the house, and they come in around this time usually. So, charge it to my head, not to my heart. Back to what I was saying. I wanted to come back over here to this presentation because people choose to be in poverty or in lack or in wanting. It's more easier, for them to gain sympathy, especially when they sing the same old tune. No. What you gonna do about it? I will only listen to people's problems for about 2 or 3 minutes because I'm like, what you gonna do about it? What we doing? We can't cry over this thing for too long. Is you gonna get up or are you gonna let it wear you out? If you choose to let it wear you out, then you're gonna let that thing wear you out on your own. Okay? I'm not gonna get wore out with it. Or you gonna choose to get up because you have the power in you to do so. So this is why I showed up to begin with, to empower a people. To empower. You don't gotta be broke. Okay? This system that was created, you need to wake up and look around. What's going on? What's happening to your life? People are not suffering. Yeah, baby. Thank you. People are not suffering from a lack of effort. They're suffering from a lack of knowledge. I don't know what to do. And then when they do know what to do, actually execution. Let me go do what I've learned how to do. Okay. I have helped hundreds of people. You wouldn't even believe how many people would even pay their money and then not show up for themselves. Not even show up for themselves. Oh, I had to work. Sorry, Dr. T. I'm on him. Like, hey, where you at? Oh, I gotta work. I'm so sorry. I will catch up. Okay, cool. Just keep it moving. Let's execute. We doing this little by little. This is kindergarten style, okay? Because I want you to execute. Your implementation is everything. Not your information retainment. Not how much you know. To hell with that, okay? Execution. Let's build one thing out at a time. And you got this amount of days to build that one little thing out. They won't do that. And then when I call them on it, you didn't do that? Why you didn't do that? What's the excuse? That's an excuse. Why you didn't do that? And then they start, okay, let me slowly start fading away. You paid to be here. You paid to learn this. Why are you not learning? So people are poor for a lack of knowledge, a lack of knowing what to do, and then people are poor for a lack of execution, which equals people are poor on purpose. Okay, back to the presentation. I didn't see families struggling in silence, not because they were lazy, not because they lacked talent, like I said, but because no one ever handed them the map, or the people that handed them the map, they didn't do nothing with it. I didn't see smart people that don't have no blueprint. These are the people willing to pay the skin off your back. Okay. And to be honest with you, I'm gonna be straight up real with you. I have a preference for people who I want to work with. I have a preference. I don't work with everybody. I just don't. I do not work with everybody because if how can two walk together unless they agree? I can love you. I can build something for you. Okay. I can encourage you, but when you get alongside of me, you got to be tough. We got to be equally tough. Okay? Because the weakest link is going to break the chain. So you got to be fortified. Yeah, I'm ready to do this by all means necessary. Don't think at all that when you put your hand to the plow that there will not be some type of opposition. Don't think that for a second. So you got to be tough. In the first place, I'm going to toughen you up is in your mind. Because your mind going to let you do it or your mind going to withhold you from doing it. It ain't going to never be nothing else in this life that will stop you or press the gas pedal. That's going to always be your mind. That's why we having this conversation. And I spent the majority of my time on the mindset. Because the mindset will tell you can't afford that. And don't tell you can't afford not to not do that. Your mind will tell you, yeah, you know what, I'm just going to lay down here and this is it. Or your mind's going to tell you, no, I'm going to get up and I'm going to swing. I might got to take a breather, but I'm in this for the long haul. Blow for blow, round for round, pound for pound. What you doing? Because I'm not going down. Okay. It's going to all start in your mind. So I've seen smart people got degrees, very smart, intelligent as I don't know what, but they still don't have no direction. They don't know why they living. They don't know. They don't have no blueprint. I done seen communities left behind, and I mentioned that. So we ain't gonna go over that. My people, I done seen us left behind. That's all in our history and textbooks. I don't like that. And if it's just a one man show and I'm just trying to make a little bit of a mark in the earth, then so be it. I diggity dog. I don't like that. I've seen all together out of all these classes, struggling families, smart people with no blueprint, and communities left behind. It all equals to hard workers with no ownership. Hard workers with no ownership. And that's the part of the game we didn't learn. You wouldn't have to rely on your credit and all of that stuff if you own something. You wouldn't be struggling if you own something because you always be in a position to play a powerful move. I own this, so I'm always in a position. If I want to sell it, if I want to lease it, I'm always in a very powerful position. I don't care what position I find myself in, I own something. Okay, so all of those three categories, struggling families, intelligent dummies, okay, communities, whole generations, all comes out to hard workers with no ownership. That's it, and that's all. What's going on, sister? And hello, everybody. I'm on a different screen. So if I'm over here and I don't see your greetings, greetings to everybody. Much love to everybody. Okay. My mission was always bigger than money, always have been. Money was never the destination. Money is a tool, and you need to learn how to use it. You need to learn how to use it. Tools are always and only as powerful as the hands that hold them and the vision that guides them. The mission was always something larger, something that outlives any single transaction or training. I teach freedom, not just financial freedom, but mental freedom. The freedom to make a decision from a position of strength instead of a position of desperation. The freedom to say no to the wrong things because you have built the right foundation. I teach you ownership. Ownership changes everything. It changes how you think, how you negotiate, how you parent, how you plan. When you own something real, you operate differently, real talk, with the confidence that renting a lifestyle can never produce. I teach income creation. One income stream is a single point of failure. The mission was to expand minds to see income not as a salary line on a check, but as a diversified layer ecosystem that works for you even while you're resting. I teach legacy. What you build must outlast you. Legacy is not what you leave behind, it is what you set in motion. Every family that shifts changes the trajectory of every generation that follows. And I also teach or have taught people how to move differently. Different results require different thinking. The people thriving in this economy are not smarter than you. They are operating from a different playbook. The mission was always to hand you that playbook. Yeah, I don't know how many times I done got in trouble behind the scenes because I'm gonna tell you something. You gotta pay for this knowledge, and it ain't cheap. You gotta pay. That's why they call them wealth secrets, because they were meant to be kept secret. And only if you've had the right type of money, then you can learn the secrets. And you must not tell the secrets. And you must not give the secrets out for free. I went up against the grain. I did not name myself the disruptor, the Lord did. I went against the grain. I had my mentors ask me, several of them, why do you play so small? You ought to hear how they talk about certain communities. Literally, it's devastating how they feel about certain people. But I saw, okay, if y'all did this and y'all can do this, I'm going to take your secrets and I'm going to go teach them to the people who ain't never been given no opportunity. And I've been doing that the entire time. For years, I've said the same thing. This message has been consistent and unwavering, repeated from stages, screens, live rooms, and community feeds for years. The same truth echoed, not because it was the most comfortable thing to hear, but because it was the most necessary. Excuse me. The core message, repeated year after year: stop depending. Dependence on a single employer, a single system, or a single source of income is vulnerability. It was true 5 years ago, 6 years ago when I first started saying it, and it is more true today. I have always said the same thing. Build your own ecosystem. Why? Because I built my own. Stop building someone else's empire on borrowed time. You don't even own your time and you are trading it as if you do. You got to build something that is yours. What do your last name mean? Why ain't people wearing your last name? Why don't people know about your last name? I've taught y'all print on demand. That is how you get your last name into the houses of millions of people. I can go create me a toothbrush right now with worlds on it, with a logo and the name Worlds. I can go create a basketball. I can go create socks. I can go create t-shirts and have on the tag Worlds, my name. Because all you buying is from is a name. Carl's Jr. is Carl. Okay? Wells Fargo is Henry Wells William Fargo. Versace is a last name. Okay? You buying a last name. That's it. And I have always taught that. What does your last name? What is your legacy that you're leaving? Why would you ever buy? I love football. Okay? Cowboys is my team. I'm not wearing no jersey with nobody else's last name. I beg to pardon. I will use your brand colors and all that good stuff and put my last name on my jersey, because I'm not walking around here wearing and representing no another man's jersey and another man's last name and buying into their brand. Build your own ecosystem. And that is how you be able to protect your household, because that is your responsibility to do so. Mother or father, grandmother or grandfather, auntie or uncle, brother or sister. Okay? Your family stability is your first business. That good old book called the Bible that most people don't like. Okay? It said charity begin at home first, then spread abroad. Your first business is your family. Straight up. Before brand, before revenue, before growth, protect your house, that everything else is built on the foundation. A wise man or woman leaves an inheritance for their children's children. That is what the words say. If you ain't got no inheritance for your children set up, you have failed your purpose and your assignment. The opposite of wise, because there is two sides to everything, is foolish. A wise man leaves an inheritance for his children's children, and the wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous. You cannot separate those two and then say, oh, you know what? The wealth of the wicked is stored up for me. No, it's not. Stored up for the wise, righteous man who leaves an inheritance. What is an inheritance? What type of inheritance? Are you talking about a life insurance policy? You should have a life insurance policy. When you drive on the freeway, you should have some type of car insurance. If you take somebody out or take your own self out, somebody take you out, you got to leave something for your family. Land, somewhere that they will always be able to call home and not out here renting. Inheritance in the original context is land. That's what God gave to each and every one of us. Whether you like him, worship him, believe in him or not, he gave each and every one of us land. He gave us trees. He gave us seed. He said, you go and reproduce and multiply and replenish the earth. You go. I gave you the seed. Go bear fruit. Excuse me? Every one of us got a talent right now. We could be rich from that talent. Every one of us got a talent. Some of us got 5 talents. Some of us got 3 talents. Some of us got so many talents that we get confused trying to stick to one and carry one out because we got all these, and they call that serial entrepreneur. No, you got more seeds, more talents. And God gave you more because he could trust you with more. To whom much is given, much is required. But everybody got one. And God does not determine how many you get. You determine how many you get. He gave 1 5 according to what he can handle or what she can handle. So how is you over here asking God for more money and you can't handle the little bit that you got? How is you asking God for a bigger house and you can't handle that little apartment that you got? Your rent is late. It's not paid on time. How? To whom much is given, more is required. How is you supposed to be this person that goes all over the world? You know that I'm an author. I'm supposed to be speaking and you ain't written no book or books. How is you supposed to go to all these nations and how is you supposed to help the homeless and you ain't got no revenue? And you can't get no more revenue because you ain't learned God's ecosystem first and foremost. And then you have not learned how to play this game in this worldly system. You're supposed to be taking back the wealth of the wicked. What's up, yo? What's up, yo? Because the wicked is getting wealthier. That's what I'm saying. I don't just come by here on a physical tip. I'm here on a spiritual assignment. A wise man or woman, because there ain't no gender in God, okay? But for the people who like gender specific type of lingo, there you go. Woman, still a man, okay, with a womb. And man, a wise man leaves an inheritance. And what is God's wealth? Gold. The silver and the gold is mine, saith God. That's why man can't put taxes on that. Man can control that. You go buy gold, there's no taxes on it. Okay? It's not bothered by the stock market because you can't put gold on the stock market. Ever wonder why gold ain't on the stock market? They didn't put water on the stock market, but they ain't put no gold on no stock market because gold and silver belongs to God. I dare you to go fact check me. Just go type that in Google and watch that scripture pop up for you. And I rebuke this stupid, disgusting cough. In the mighty name of Yeshua HaMashiach. Every germ and disease floating around out here, I rebuke you too. You is not fit to have me coughing, period, point blank, and interrupting what I'm saying. Land belongs to the Lord. Every man and woman he called from Moses to Noah to Adam to Joseph, Jacob, Paul, Silas, whoever, they had land. Okay? Let me tell you something. All of Christ's disciples was fully loaded when he called them. They were businessmen and women. Okay? Paul was a tent maker. Hello, somebody. Peter was a fisherman. That was a business. One of them other ones, Matthew, was a tax collector. Luke was a whole doctor. Christ himself was a carpenter. Quit playing. We got too many gifts. We ain't taking back no territory. We ain't taking back no wealth. But the wicked is getting wealthier. And we sitting up crying, talking about, God, can you help me? Lord, I don't know what to do. I'm losing it. My mind state. Man, what are you doing? We might be here for a minute because I'm going to say all I need to say since this is my last live messing with y'all. I'm not messing with y'all no more. If you ready to come, then you ready to come. And I'm going to give to you what God gave to me to give to you. And if you want to stay stuck and delay in this demonic beast system, then have your way, babes. My hands is fully clean. What I won't do is stand before God with no bloody hands because that's what he told me to do. He told me you better warn them. And you better do what I say to do. And I'm going to show you. I've had to walk a tight walk with God. You understand me? I couldn't just go get all of this money and start go splurging. God probably would have struck me dead. Literally. I didn't tell you to do that. I said, take that money and go invest it in land and show others and learn and invest it into mentorships so you can learn how to take the wealth back from the wicked and teach my people how to do the exact same thing. Until you do that, you get no reward. Your reward is stored because your pleasures is running with the Lord. Now get to work. And I have been doing that ever since he gave me that commission. Ever since. So for years, I didn't just come on no sales tip. There has never been a live that I have started to be like, oh, come buy this, come buy this, come buy. I don't even know how to do that because I'm not no dang on salesman. I'm a servant. I'm sent on an assignment. I'm sent on a mission for those who have been called alongside of me. Whenever God did anything, he started with a government of 12 because 12 represents a government. Why do you think there will be 12 elders? Why do you think that? God is so strategic. Why were there 12 tribes? God is so strategic. He don't need 24 million. 12 is a government. I try to work with hundreds of people. It frustrated me. No, I can't. So he called me to work with the people that are ready. He called for me to work with the people who have been assigned and chosen. You asking me for wealth, now I'm finna teach it to you. You ready? How you gonna ask me for millions of dollars and you can't invest? You don't even understand the realm of you don't even understand the spiritual realm, okay? Oprah Winfrey lives in a realm. Tyler Perry lives in a realm that we don't live in. They live in a financial realm. Bill Gates live in a realm. Whether they wicked or not, whether they evil or not, whether they believe or not, they live in a realm. One of them people put their signature on anything of yours and you viral, you the millionaire. They live in a realm. And you got to learn the principles of that realm. People laugh at preachers that be like, when you want to come out of poverty, sow your way out. I used to be one of them. They just want your money. They just want your money. Never would tell the devil, you just want my money. You want me to go to that club. You want me to go to that concert. You want me to go buy them ugly shoes that I can only wear and look good. You just want my money. Never tell the devil. Never tell these scamming systems. Never tell the government that y'all just want my money. But when it came to God, oh, you just want my money. You just want my money. And that's why I was just broke. See God, how God brought me out to one of you want $1,000, so 100. Oh, that was just too much for me to do. $100. Well, what about this? What about that? What about you ain't ready? Go ahead and come back when you're ready. You talking about what about this? What about that? I'm giving you a principle how to make your money grow spiritually. I said it all throughout my word. He who sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, but he who sows bountifully will also reap bountifully. He who gives, invests, will be given back to him. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and run it over, shall men give into your bosom. What you sow is what you also shall reap. I've given you that scripture over and over and over and over again, and you study talking about what you got, what you got. You ain't even got enough. That's why you begging me for more, because you don't got enough, and you will not let go of what you got so I can give you more. Principle. So give $1,000. What? It went from 100 to 1,000. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. I'll never forget when I made $12,000 online for my first time. And I'm just in a state of awe, shock. I'm rich. Oh, the heavens opened up. I'm rich. I got 12,000. Oh my God, this is amazing. And then I heard that still small, stern voice. None of that money belongs to you. You can act like you don't hear me if you want to. Everything moving forward would be cursed. Literally. It won't work out for you. So while I'm rejoicing and my family rejoicing, I got to turn around and be like, yeah. We ain't going on no vacay. We ain't finna go splurge and shop. This has to go into an investment. And the investment was $10,000. The tithe was $1,200 because I pay my tithe. 1,000%. That's a principle. We pay taxes in this natural realm, okay, to be an American citizen. There is a tithe that you must pay to be a kingdom citizen or a kingdom ambassador as well, called tithe. So I give my tithe. Can't pay me not to. I ain't got time for the devil to be stealing my stuff. Okay, that's a principle. You tithe to me, I'll keep the devourer from destroying your stuff. See, we don't know principles. So when I was ready for $10,000, I'm just praying. Why is you praying to me for money? I gave you principle. That's why you ain't got no money, because you keep praying for money. And I've given you principles and ideas and talents. I've given you everything you need to get up out my face. You want $10,000, so 1,000. I was like, oh my God, that is a lot of money. That is a lot of money. Sow it. I went and worked and busted my butt off doing Uber to get $1,000. I thought it was on and popping. I was saving up for something else, and I ain't even gonna cap. I was saving up for a procedure, okay? And no, not to go get my body altered at all. I was saving up for a procedure, but it would take me a lot of months to save up for this procedure. And God told me to sow the money, the $1,000. When I sold that $1,000, I got the 12,000. And then when I invested the 10,000, then I went to 30,000. I was like, wait a minute, hold on now. When I tell you money was coming in from everywhere, I could not even keep up. I told my family I had debit cards everywhere with money loaded up on them. It was just like, oh my God, because I'm an overdoer. Okay. I was partnering with a company and said, look, we'll pay you $1 million, go tell people about. So I put my personal self on. I created a business, put that on, created another business, put that on. I put all my kids. Okay, y'all gonna be useful too. I put all my kids on. So I had credit cards everywhere just loaded with money. I still have debit cards to this day that I have not yet activated, that they contacted me about. Okay. I have money over in YouTube monetization that I have not even accessed yet. Okay. Everywhere. Literally. And then he's like, oh, okay, you got all this money coming in. Your next investment is gonna be 50,000. I thought I needed resuscitation. You doing too much, God. Like, you doing too much. This has been wonderful. I'm not even gonna lie. But you doing too much. Okay, $50,000 for an hour? What? That's a lot of money for an hour. Well, you don't want a lot of money. That $50,000 literally turned into $313,000. I still got the receipts. And when I learned that, he was like, "You ready for $1 million? You're gonna have to do 100,000." It's a realm. When you start investing in yourself, then how could not God give you more? Problem is, you don't know the principle of investing. You only know the principle of consuming. And that's what the American system has taught you. The American dream is dead. It's a lie. It's a hoax. You've been scammed. Get over it. Okay? Get over it. This is why I showed up. To tell you, wait a minute, hold up, let me disrupt. All of this is a daggone lie. You see that? You see that? You see that? Because I want you to see. Don't believe what I'm saying. I need you to see this. I need you to hear this. And then I need you to do something about it. What you going to do about it? Don't tell me you see all of this stuff and go make a gossip blog and just go get you some content and go get you some likes and followers. Are you satisfied with that? Are you serious? That's not going to save you or your family. I got 2 dead kids. I take this thing real. I got 2 dead kids. Can't get that back, Jack. No, I take this thing real. You playing with the right person. You ain't gonna get no more of my kids, none of my grandkids either. And you know what? You ain't gonna get none of my cousins. Unless they want to get God. If you want to get God, who cares? I'm just keeping it real raw and uncut. If that's what you want, toodles. Because that can never be me. That can never be me. To be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. I will lay mine down. You ain't even got to listen. I will lay mine down. You ain't doing nothing to me. You ain't controlling me. That's what you're not doing. Okay? God gave me dominion. Excuse me. I don't care who you is. I don't care what your name is. I don't care how long your money is. My money can be long too. I'm creating my own system, so I don't need yours. Get up out my face. Okay? I'm willing to lay this down. You dealing with a different type of person. That you just really dealing with a different type of person. You ain't getting nothing else. You have caused me anguish. That's beyond pain. You have caused me anguish. Not only that, your systems, your prison systems, your welfare systems, your daggone school systems, all your damn, Lord have mercy, y'all, all your systems that have been captured and imprisoned all my people. I got enough. I got enough pain in me for all of us. But I just turn my pain and make it purposeful. My only lick back that I could ever get back is not to go insane, is not to go out of here on some killing spree, to not to lose my mind, to not to go down to the ground. My greatest lick back, you damn devil. And I said damn, okay? Period. I said that confidently. You damn devil. My biggest get back is to get people out of your clutches and out of your grips because you attack me in a way that is not even explainable. So now I must attack you back. Now I must attack you back. You got me all the way messed up. Now I must attack you back. Okay? I was built for this. I was built for this. Everything in my life prepared me for this. My greatest get back and my greatest lick back is not to go be the DJ of the devil, okay? Or not to dance with him either. My greatest get back, since you attack my family the way that you attack my family, I am going to free all the families that I could free. Every family that want to be free, I'm going to free them. And just like Harriet Tubman said, I will free the ones who I could have freed a lot more, except they didn't know that they were slaves. Excuse me. I could have freed a whole lot more, except they liked their slavery. And they didn't see themselves as slaves. You got me messed up. Let me continue on my presentation. We're going to get there, okay? I have always told you to own something. And not only did I tell you to own something, I did it. I said, hey, this is a girl from the hood, from the block, used to sell rock, okay? I didn't go to no fancy degree. I went to trade school. I got my GED. I got that type of stuff. Listen, I was on welfare. I was on EBT. I was on food stamp Section 8. I was on all that stuff. And God told me to give it all back and he would bless me. That was faith. I don't know one person gonna hand back their government assistance. I had to be like, look, I'm telling you. Even my own husband was like, are you sure? And had to stand against what this my husband. He the head. No, when it come to God, bro, God overrides what you said. God said give that crap back. It's keeping me in bondage. I can't only make a certain amount of money. Or I can't have your program. I can't have you living in my house. I got to pay regular rent to do the right thing and add you to my, you know what I'm saying, my Section 8. Give that bondage back, and I will bless you far exceedingly abundantly than you could ever think or ask. Give that bondage back. You want to stop being poor? Give back the crutches. Give back the bondage. I'm bigger than them. I can take care of you better than them, and he did. And he did, and he still does. I can never go back. When you wake up, you can't go back to sleep. You can't. I can never go back. And I have to tell God all the time, and he knows it from my heart. I'm not prideful, God. If you ever sent me to go back to work at McDonald's, I will work that thing, and I will do it because I know that there is purpose there. You trying to save somebody's life, intervene with somebody's life. You trying to do something. So I'm not too proud to go to no McDonald's. But it would be immense pain to do that, to trade my time for some money. And I'm only on borrowed time. I had one child only had 15 years, man, and I had another one that only had 21 years. Matter of fact, he was a month from 21. Not even a month, 3 weeks from 21. And you blessed me to have 47. Some people don't even have 2 years of life. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? No, I got a mark to make. And when I die, see, people still gonna be talking about Dr. Tawana Worlds. Because I'm gonna leave my mark on this earth. They're gonna be able to say, y'all better get an auditorium for my homegoing. Okay, I ain't gonna call it no funeral, call it a celebration. All the people's lives that I will touch, devil, you touched the wrong person. Do you understand me? You touched the wrong person. And I'm too defended to be defeated. You can't take me out. You might have touched your systems. You know, those are your systems. Trying to stop the movie. You got into some people who have open doors for you to use them and try to come up against me. But guess what? You're not taking me down. I'm too defended to be defeated. And one thing that I'm going to go down with, I didn't drop and I didn't stop. I kept it moving and I kept it pushing. Okay. And I saved a whole lot of people from degradation and from the clutches of your demonic systems that you have built and created to enslave God's beautiful people. Period, point blank. Okay. Ownership, land, business equity, intellectual property, assets that appreciate. Ownership is a separator between those who accumulate wealth and those who merely earn an income. I've been teaching you how to learn strategy, not struggle. Struggle is not a virtue. Working harder inside a broken system does not fix the system. It never have and never will. It exhausts the worker. Strategy is what breaks the cycle. Strategy is what this entire movement has been about. This message never changed and it never will change. But what's changing is the audience receiving it and the level of access behind it. That's what's changing. What I learned, many people won't change after years of teaching publicly from free content to paid rooms, from social media to stages, a pattern became undeniable. The desire for change is nearly universal. Everyone at some level wants more freedom, more stability, more income, more options, more time. The want is real, it's genuine, and it is deep. Yes. Yeah, you okay, baby? Get up. The rooms were already full. The replays were already watched. The content already resonated. People nodded, shared, screenshot, and said, "This is exactly what I need." The demand was never the problem. It was a few people ready to move. But desire and action are not the same currency. What separated the success stories from the spectators was never intelligence. It was never circumstances. It was never access alone. It was the decision to move. It was execution. I'm going to take this information this woman is giving me and I'm going to implement it. The willingness to invest in themselves, the willingness to commit and execute even before certainty arrived. The blind faith walkers, not the sight walkers, but the faith walkers. That distinction is the reason this chapter is closing publicly. The next level is not designed for watchers. It is architect exclusively for movers, for doers, for shakers, for chain breakers. Okay? Those who have decided that wanting is no longer enough and that now is the only moment that matters. The gap between wanting and moving is where most dreams expire. But right now on this slide, that gap closes for those who choose differently. Straight up. Dependence is expensive. The cost of financial dependence is almost never calculated until your bill arrives. And when it does, it arrives all at once with interest and the worst possible moment at the worst possible time. What feels like stability is often just distance from a crisis you have not encountered yet. One paycheck risk. When your entire financial life is supported by one single income source, you are not building wealth. You are performing an ongoing high wire act. One decision by someone above you can erase the security you spent years constructing. That is not foundation. That is liability dressed as a routine. One layoff away from pressure. Layoffs are not warnings. They are announcements. By the time you know what is happening, the decision has already been made in a boardroom where your name was a line item, not a person. Millions of households discovered this truth in real time and still is discovering this truth in real time and had nothing to absorb the blow. You one emergency away from panic, a medical bill, a car transmission, a roof repair, a family crisis, events that are statistically certain to occur at some time and point in your life. Yet most households are completely unprepared to absorb them without catastrophic financial disruption. One bad month from debt, when your margins are thin and your structure is weak, a single slow month can trigger a cascade, missed payments, late fees, credit damage, and the psychological spiral that follows. That is the reality for millions of Americans right now who earn well but own nothing. That is not security. Security is ownership. Security is structure. Security is what gets built, not what gets assumed. Your bills keep on rising and they're going to keep on rising. Even after this live, the cost of living is not a temporary inconvenience, it is systemic, compounding escalation that has been accelerated for years, outpacing wage growth, outpacing inflation adjustments, and outpacing the financial plans of most households in America. Those numbers are not abstract, they are felt every single month. 37% housing costs up. Rent and mortgage payments have surged to historic highs, consuming an ever larger share of household income and pushing home ownership further out of reach for millions of Americans. Your grocery bill have went up 25%. Food prices have seen their steepest sustained income increase in decades. Families are spending more to eat less well, a compounding pressure that hits hardest at the household level. 40% up on your energy and your gas. Fuel and utility costs have remained elevated, squeezing your budgets that were already stretched thin. Transportation and home energy are non negotiable expenses with nowhere to hide. Your insurance cost is up 29%. Health, auto, and home insurance premiums continue climbing year over year. Coverage that was once standard is now a luxury decision for families choosing between protection and affordability. Child care costs, 52% up increase. For families with children, child care costs have become one of the single largest monthly expenses, often exceeding your rent in major metros and forcing impossible trade offs. But many incomes stay stuck. Your money didn't went up. Okay, we got 25, 50, we got 54 right there. Okay, we got 94% right there. Okay, we got 130% right there, 132, something like that. Okay, and then we got 170% increase in all of these bills, and your money didn't went up at all. The math is not mathing, and waiting for the math to fix itself is not strategy. It ain't gonna fix itself. This is what you call a slow financial emergency. The world changed and you ain't trying to keep up. This is not a metaphor. The structural landscape of income, business opportunity, and relevance shifted faster in the last 5 years than in the prior 30. The rules that govern how wealth was built, how business operated, and how attention was monetized have been fundamentally rewritten, and most people are still using the old edition. That's why they're getting left behind. Technology moved fast. The tools available to single motivated individuals today would have required a corporation and a massive budget a decade ago. Software, automation, distribution and scale are now accessible to anyone, but only to those who learn how to use them. Attention shifted and so did income. The economy of attention has restructured how brands, businesses, and individuals generate their wealth. Ain't nobody going into no 9 to 5. Content is the new currency. Content is the new currency. Say, for instance, God gave you the ability, and I'm just going to go off the script one more time. Say, for instance, God gave you the ability to learn about herbs and vegetables and things that cure people. And you went to ChatGPT and say, I want a list of 10 vegetables or 10 fruits that actually cure common diseases. I want you to name the fruit and give me the detail, as well as how to use it. Once it writes it out, say, now create me an ebook so I can sell it. And then once it creates the ebook, front cover, back cover, and the meat in between, now create me a video script prompt that I can go take and put it over here in this AI tool and create a video content. My face ain't on it. It's telling you all about pomegranates and how pomegranates change your oxygen levels and whoop-de-whoop, waddy-wop. And then at the end of that video, it says, grab my guide on the 10 most powerful vegetables that actually cure diseases for $7. 1,000 people lower your blood pressure by eating grapefruits. You know how many people is plagued by diabetes. Your face ain't on that. Your voice ain't on that. AI created the whole thing. And now all of a sudden you got $120,000 in 1 month because you created something that you can sell forever globally. And then you set it up where you ain't even got to be involved. You set it up on automation. When you sign up, you get instant access to download your stuff. Bye. I don't got to know you. You ain't got to know me. We all have something. Something as simple as that could make you a six-figure earner, could make you a millionaire, especially if you pick the right thing that people need. Because if you ever can solve a problem, you'll never have a money problem. That's 1,000%. Okay? The attention shifted. Those who understand how to capture, convert, and monetize attention are building income streams that did not exist 5 years ago, while traditional paths continue to narrow. AI has changed business forever. Artificial intelligence is not a future trend to monitor. It is active present. It is an active present force, eliminating entire job categories while simultaneously creating new income categories for those who understand how to deploy it. This is not operational knowledge anymore. Ownership matters more than ever. I don't care if you don't own no piece of dirt. You should own an app. How about that? You have the ability to go own your own app. You have the ability to go own your own AI tools, your own communities. Okay? You have the ability, regardless of the color of your skin, the background, your education level, your income level, you have a chance at ownership. That is called digital assets. I showed you how you can go create a YouTube channel that you own and turn around and sell it for $500,000. I showed you the proof. Ownership. Y'all got to stop playing with yourself. In a volatile economic landscape, what you own is your anchor, not what you earn. What you own: assets, equity, systems, intellectual properties, digital products. Let me tell you something about Dr. Tawana. I own so much assets that it's impossible to ever go without. I created that on purpose strategically. You know how many digital products, if I come by here and be like, I got this product, I got that. Listen, I create a Zoom, I create a live, I create a recording one time. That's my intellectual property. I sell it forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. I do one training, okay? One time. And now you can get access to the replay. I don't have to show up. My time is not involved. I showed up one time and got paid. And now I'm just going to keep on getting paid for the one time that I showed up. That's called intellectual property. If I wanted to exit out my business, I could exit out my business with multi-millions. But this is not a business for me. It's a brand. Okay? It's a mission. So some things I have set up where I would exit. I go create stuff that is not attached to me. Let me go create a community full of people that's in real estate and looking to raise capital. That's not my lane, but I'm going to go create the community and then I can sell it, okay, to real estate, our realtors, our brokers. Hey, I got a community of 1,400 people. They active. They ready to invest. They looking for deals. You can buy this group, okay? This will generate you about $70,000 a month. I'm just charging like $33 a month for them to be together. And instead of having to go look here and look there and look there, I solved the problem for somebody. Hey, this is capital currency. If you're looking for capital for your real estate deals, as long as they're good, everybody in here is looking to invest in good deals. Intellectual property. Okay, that's the new economy reward. And that economy rewards owners far more aggressively than it rewards workers. Old thinking will not win in this new time. Why this is my last public push. The decision was not made lightly. Years of public education, open access, free content, those were all deliberate choices to plant seeds broadly and give opportunity to as many people as possible. That chapter has served its purpose. It built the foundation, it changed lives, and now what comes next cannot be delivered in the same way. The next level of strategy is not mass market content. It is precision built architect for people operating with intention and moving with urgency. That requires a different container and a different kind of commitment on both sides. Focus. What gets built next requires undivided focus from me and from those who go on with me. Public environments are noisy, private environments are precise. Action takers. The private rooms are not for those who consume information, they are for those who deploy it. Every seat will belong to someone executing. Serious people. Seriousness is not about intensity, it is about alignment between what you say you want and what you are willing to do to get it. That alignment is the entry requirement. Structure. The next era is built on systems and frameworks, not motivation and moments. Structure is what converts ambition into sustainable, compounded results. Private strategy. The deepest strategies are not meant for public broadcast. What gets shared in private rooms cannot and will not be replicated on any public feed. And when I tell y'all I got some stuff y'all ain't never heard of before, if I tell you, come with me and I'm gonna show you how to make $1 million, and I've showed you that I myself have made $1 million, then what are you doing? Then what are you doing? You got somebody not just out here talking about it, but actually showing you it's done and showing you over and over and over and over again for years that it is done. Hold on one second. I don't know why this thing decided to cut up. There we go. Let me stop the screen and then go right back to it. Okay, let me go back to where I was just at. I will not be publicly sharing what's next. Let this land clearly. The era of free public access to this level of strategy is ending on this live. What comes next will not be announced on social media. It will be available in private rooms. It will not be discounted for general audiences. The next chapter is being written for a specific group of people, and the qualifications are not financial, they are decisional. The next era is private. No public rooms, no open access, invitation and commitment only. Strategic, precise engineered framework, not general inspiration. Faster, condensed timelines with accountability structures that accelerate outcomes. Deeper, surface level content stays public. What goes private, we will go all the way in. For builders only. If you are here to watch, this is not the room. If you are here to build, the door is still open, but only until the end of this live. The most dangerous thing you can do right now is mistake watching for participating. The people who win in private rooms are not smarter than you. They simply decided sooner than you did. Private access means higher caliber rooms, deeper accountability, more direct strategy, divine connections, and a community of people who are already moving. The energy shifts entirely when everyone in the room is a builder. That is what this transition creates. This is the last time the public version of this opportunity exists. After this live ends, the next communication comes privately to those who raised their hand and stepped through the door before it closed. What you need, why you need to prepare now, more income. Your family deserves a financial architect built on multiple income streams, not a single salary that could be eliminated with one email, one phone call, okay? One text message. More incomes mean more options for you, more cushion, and more capacity to give your household what it deserves. Better decisions. Financial stress distorts decision making. When you are making choices from a position of scarcity, you are operating at a disadvantage. Better decisions require better information, better strategy, and better environments, all of which comes with preparation. Ownership. Your children should grow up in a household they own, period. Property, businesses, equity systems, ownership teaches mindset before it teaches money. It builds identity. It establishes a new normal for every generation that follows. Let me tell you something because I feel led to do this. There was a young woman that I mentored. She came and she came from struggle, from sacrificing, from barely making it. And she could have got offended at this, but I told her the reason why your husband has not showed up, beloved, is because your husband is looking for a particular kind of woman. He's already asked God for the woman that he wants. And right now, you don't match that criteria. And God brought you all the way here for you to meet your husband, but there's some things you got to get in order. How you want a millionaire husband and you not a millionaire wife? How you gonna meet a six-figure earner and you not a six-figure earner? How you want a man or a wife with good credit and you don't got good credit? Okay? She got those things together, started her tea business, did everything. She could have got offended, like I said, but she didn't. I spoke to her exactly what God told me. And guess what? To this day, she's married. She wasn't supposed to have no other children. She didn't got another baby. You understand me? Because she did what God told her to do when he told her to do it. Protection. Your household needs legal protection, insurance structures, credit, armor, and entity formation, that shields what you build from the unexpected. Protection is not paranoia, it is professionalism. And you need a new example. The most powerful thing you can give your family is a new story. Okay? A new chapter, a living demonstration that a different way is possible. That example becomes the blueprint the next generation will build on. How to build rapidly and structurally is what it's all about. Speed without structure produces chaos. Structure without speed produces stagnation. What the next era demands is both working simultaneously. The urgency to move now combined with the architecture to ensure that movement compounds correctly. This is the framework that separates those who sprint and burn out from those who build and sustain. You got to learn skills. Number one, create streams from them skills you learn. Fix your credit, buy you some assets, and then join wealthy rooms. Play a different game. Okay? So, with that being said, I have some opportunities that I'm going to go over with y'all, and we're going to be done. You either on board and you going, or you choose to remain where you are. You have the opportunity and ability. And I don't want anybody to ever think that, hey, you can't go with somebody else. You can. But I'm speaking to those that know God has assigned this woman in my path. That's what I'm speaking to. I'm not for everybody, but I'm for somebody. Right now, I can show you, okay, how to make a lot of money. And why do I always say a lot of money? We need it to diversify it. We need it to convert it. The people that I'm working with moving forward will build refuges, cities, okay? Not just houses. I'm talking about these will be the ark builders for those God is going to entrust in their care. I don't care if you're young. It doesn't matter if you are seasoned. And that's just another word for old because I don't call nobody old. You can do this. And I am here to help you do it. If you still living, you got a purpose and you still got a mission and you still got an assignment, regardless of your age. And if you know I am the one that has been chosen, gone through hell in my family, Unfortunately, I'm the one that's been called to see the dysfunction, to see the lack, to see and to be frustrated with all these things for a reason, not just so you can be frustrated, not so you can just feel like you're the black sheep. No, you are the disruptor. And you came to do the right things because God loves your family enough to spare them. He looks for one out of each generation to change the path that generation been on, to change what that last name means, to break the chain, to build. Noah was his one of his time. And you know how I know you one of your time? Because you would not be gathered here. You know that saying in the natural, birds of a feather flock together? Yeah, that's real. You are what you eat. That's another worldly saying, but scripturally, how can two walk together unless they agree? You would not even be drawn over here, led over here. People come and go all the time, okay? Because I'm not for everybody. But you here. You've been here. You've been watching for a long time because you've been called. God ain't finna put you with a chicken if you a crow. He ain't finna put you with no alligator if you no lizard. He ain't finna put you with no lion if you a kitty. Hello, somebody. What I have in me is not just business. You better go ask somebody. You better go ask somebody. You thinking, oh, I'm just paying for access to a business. What? What? You holding yourself back. So the next time you go in prayer, slap yourself. Don't go talking to God about your burdens and your problems. God didn't put the solution in your path. I don't care if you don't like the way it look or the way it sound or the way it talks. What's in you need to come out of you. Okay? It's in you. It need to come out of you. And he will lead you to the person that's going to pull it out. Straight up. Artificial intelligence is not a trend. It's a structural shift in this global economy. I'm trying to put my people on to get in a better position. Why don't you use this as leverage to get in a better position, to get in a position of upwardness, to get in a position because my God said, in the last days, the first shall be last. And we've been last for a long time. So now it's our time to be first. Hot diggity dog. And the last shall be first. Now it's time for them to go to the back of the line and for us to go to the front of the line. Anybody want to come with your girl? Dr. Worlds. Anybody tired of being the tail and not the head? Because now it's your time to be the head and not the tail. Above only and not beneath. Okay? The first and not the last. Okay, the blessed and not the stressed. The abundance and not the lack. Hello, somebody. Let me show you how to do. It's too many things to name here. Let me just try to stick to the script. Okay. Artificial intelligence is not a trend. It is a structural shift in the global economy. Let me tell y'all. This has made me a millionaire. The funding and all that stuff, that's a whole nother stream of becoming a millionaire. This right here has made me a millionaire. The gap between those who understand how to deploy it and those who do not is widening every single quarter. This program exists to put you on the right side of that gap permanently. You will learn how to build digital income streams. Okay, lots of them. How many of y'all would like to have 100 income streams? What are you doing? One source of income? What? How about having 100 sources? Would you trade your one source for 100? Let me know in the chat. Digital income streams. Learn how to create, launch, and scale income generating digital products, services, tools, products, apps, all of that as your product engine, your ecosystem. Low overhead, higher margin, infinite scale potential, automated service models. We're going to automate everything because I would rather be in Tahiti on the beach drinking a coconut something. I don't even know what the name of it is as long as it's non-alcoholic. Give me whatever you call it, a coconut drink, okay? With a straw, with a little pineapple at the top. I would rather be doing that. I would rather be doing missionary work. Real talk. God knows it bothers me to see homeless people. I would be rather building me some construction. I need land, okay? And I need real estate because I got to get God's people off the street. Might not be able to eradicate all of them, but dang it, I'm going to damn sure try. You understand me? No man or woman or child and nobody should be laying on no nasty, filthy ground in this big old abundant world that God has given to us. That's something that this evil system created, a wealthy class and a poor class. Excuse me. You got to build service businesses that run on systems and automation, not on your constant manual labor. Time freedom is a system problem, and this solves it. AI power competitiveness. You're going to use AI tools to compete with and outperform teams that cost 10 times what you spend. Leveling the playing field has never been this accessible. Future ready skill stacks. The skills taught here are not fading, they are compounding. Every year you hold them, their market value increases alongside their practical application. What you learn now would be worth millions in a minute. You understand me? Millions. What you learn now. This is for anyone who has watched the AI revolution unfold from the outside and decide, hey, you know what? It's my time to step inside. I'm going to learn this. I'm going to do this. Whether you are building from zero or adding a new income layer to an existing foundation, the framework in this program translates to real results, not theoretical possibilities. This is the last time this program will be available at public access pricing. When this live ends, the price reflects private access exclusively, and you're going to pay like you weigh, just so you know. Okay. Next offer. Government contract. And the U.S. federal government spends over $700 billion annually, and they just announced that they got $80 billion available for small businesses just for providing goods and services. And it is legally required to give us that money, a significant portion of that, to small businesses. I told you they will reward you for starting a business. Most people have no idea this ecosystem exists. Those who do are collecting checks that dwarf what traditional business models produces. I done showed y'all a check for $23,000 for 7-minute video editing that you can put in the AI tool. Done. Next. Government contracting is not reserved for massive corporations. This system was specifically designed by law to include small businesses, minority-owned businesses, veteran-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, disadvantaged-owned businesses. The infrastructure is in place. The money is allocated. What is missing is knowledge of how to access it. So you're going to learn how to do that. You're going to learn bid and proposals. Matter of fact, in this round of government contracting, I'm giving you everything. You don't even got to go type up no proposal. I got you. Okay. You ain't even got to know how to be. We got you. Okay. We're going to find the contracts together. Okay. I got a whole database where you be able to go find the contracts, and you're going to use AI to make you some low hanging fruit. That's what the government call it. You know, the government calls $250,000 low hanging fruit. That lets you know they pay real big. I done showed y'all billions of dollars. I showed y'all $37 million for 1 month worth of work. If you know how to cook, you got to get paid from the government. They got contracts for trillions of dollars for you to come cook a meal for them. Okay? If you know how to sew, if you can sell drop shipping, everything that you can think of, they buy it except the bank. If you sell toenails, eyelashes, the vendors list I threw out there for everybody to cop up, the government buys all that stuff that's listed in the vendors list. Okay? You're going to learn how to position your business properly. We're going to get you all the way together, get you all the way registered, get you all the way structured, get your free certifications so you can go get that big bag you ain't never had. Okay? I'm talking about 8 A's. This is where they build you an empire. This is only a 10-year program. So my goal and my strategy is to at least get you at least $1 million in government contracts before you even go after the 8A program, because the 8A program is only 10 years. But when I tell you, they just literally give you contracts. Ain't no bidding involved. They give you an empire. They literally build you an empire. After 10 years, if you ain't got no multi-trillion-dollar empire, then yeah, shame on you. That's why they only let you do it for 10 years. And nobody else in your family can go and be a part of that program. But guess what? Your girl know there's a workup around every workup, and I teach you strategically how to keep this thing going for tens and tens and tens and tens of years and build you a whole entire empire. This is where you become the bank in your community. This is where you start giving out funding to people in your community, to small businesses. They literally make you an empire. I'm going to teach you that. Okay? I'm going to teach you all of that. You access larger checks, government contracts regularly run into 5, 6, and 7 figures off the rip. The size of the opportunity is categorically different from consumer facing business models. You be able to scale your income one contract for 1 month for $1 million. Imagine that. Once you are positioned correctly, and it doesn't take long, government contracting becomes very scalable. Reoccurring income engine agencies have ongoing needs. Winning once often means winning repeatedly. This is your last opportunity to access this training at the public discounted rate that I have given to you all for a cool minute. After this live ends, this move exclusively into a private program structure. So AI automations and systems is one mentorship. Government contracting is one mentorship. In AI automations and systems, we focus solely on AI automations and systems. In government contracting, we focus solely on government contracting. Okay, non-CDL transportation and land banking, two of the most overlooked and most powerful wealth vehicles available right now. Do you know you can go rent you some from some fleet and have you $5,000 by next week, $7,000 by next week. Money spent out your pocket is just to structure yourself. Get your LLC, EIN, MC, DOT, your insurance. You on the road, and every week you have the ability to do you $5,000 to $7,000. Maybe 3 to 4 if you hire a driver and you ain't trying to drive for yourself and you just want to pay them. One vehicle produces you $20,000 a month. 2 produces you $40,000 a month. At the end of the day, you walk away with $18,000 a month, $9,000 to $18,000 a month, and you ain't went and drove nothing. You ain't went and touched nothing. You just ownership the business. That's why I told you ownership is powerful. Land banking and non-CDL transportation is two of the most powerful wealth vehicles available right now. One generates immediate cash flow, the other builds generational asset value. Together, they create a diversified ownership portfolio that works across multiple time horizons simultaneously. Non-CDL transportation, you do not need no commercial driver's license to operate a profitable transportation business. Non-CDL models, cargo vans, sprinter vans, hotshot trucking represent a massive underserved market with low barriers to entry and strong, consistent demand. I asked y'all, just let me come and teach you how to put the business together on paper. And on May the 1st, you can go get $1 million guaranteed loan from the SBA just for having a transportation business, because you keep America moving. You keep groceries getting to the grocery stores. They giving $1 million out for 3 years collectively, 3 millions to help keep America moving. And all you needed was structure. I said, if you didn't have time to do it yourself, hot diggity dog, you ought to let me do it. That way, in 2 days, you would be ready by now. If you heard me last week, you would be ready right now to go get $1 million. And it ain't too late. You're going to miss the first wave. On May the 1st, you already got people ready to just hit the button at 11:59. But you need to get in now while you can. There's money available to you. Why are you not taking it? Why are you not taking it? Okay? This is low barrier to entry and strong, consistent demand. People think that as a consumer, the cost of living is going up for us, but as somebody working in transportation, the pay is going up for you. Or oil costs more. Man, they paying you $7,200 to go drop off a load. What? One way. This is scalable operations. You start with one vehicle, build a fleet, operate the business as a system, not a job. The infrastructure exists to grow this from a side income to a full enterprise. Hey, let me go get a fleet. I got motor coaches. I got contracts with the government, the basketball team to provide motor coaching. I got sightseeing. I got party bus. I got F-250. I got a box truck. I got a sprinter van. I got I got a medical courier, whatever. I got a vehicle for medical courier. I got a fleet of vehicles, and I don't drive any of them. Okay. Land banking is the oldest, most reliable, straight out of the Bible asset class in human history. It cannot be manufactured. It cannot be destroyed by trends and stocks, and it appreciates over virtually every long-term time horizon. Land banking is a strategy of acquiring undervalued land with appreciation and leverage potential. Strategic land ownership: identify, evaluate, and acquire land assets below market value in high trajectory growth corridors before development arrives, will make you a millionaire. You got to build assets that last. Unlike businesses that can be disrupted by stocks that can collapse overnight, land endures. It is the anchor of every multi-generational wealth portfolio. It also creates leverage. Own land generates borrowing power, collective collateral value, and long-term appreciation that compounds silently while you focus on active income. So the non-CDL transportation mentorship is available, and the land banking mentorship is available. In non-CDL transportation, we focus solely on non-CDL transportation, dispatching, freight brokering, government contracts, funding for your business. We focus solely on that. In land banking, we focus solely on land banking, getting USDA loans, agriculture, what type of land to buy, raw land, owning water rights, how you can actually begin to produce a massive amount of revenue using your land while it's appreciated. Now, you go buy some land and it's appreciated, and you say, hey, you can rent a billboard on my land. Hey, you can grow your cows on my land. Hey, you can park your diesels on my land. Yeah, you can put an RV park on my land. Yeah, you can go ahead and build tiny homes on my land. It's appreciating. Build what you like. Hey, you want to come camping? You can come camp on my land. I rent it out every month to people that like to live off the grid in the wild. Oh, you want to grow lavender? Grow it on my land. You want to grow onions? Grow it on my land. Hey, grow it on my land. Cotton? Grow it on my land. It appreciates. It appreciates. Once you own assets, you'll never be broke. Satan hates you creating systems because those systems will break the back of poverty off of all the people he have put into captivity. That's why you must build a system. So those are two separate mentorships, but they on the same slide. Family of Millionaires and books, books, bestseller, and stages. These are two separate mentorships, but I'm going to talk about them both on the same slide. Wealth is a family strategy, not an individual achievement. And the fastest way to build it at scale is to combine financial infrastructure with personal authority. This program integrates both the credit and wealth systems that build the foundation and the platform strategies that amplify your voice, your brand, and your income to the world. Credit and wealth system. Credit is not just a score, it is a lever. Understanding how to build, repair, and strategically leverage your credit unlocks access to capital that you ain't never seen or heard from in this world. That transforms what you can acquire and at scale and what you can sell. These systems are the backbone of every serious wealth building strategy, and most people never learn them outside of this room. Stories to income. Your story is your most underutilized asset. The journey you have lived, the experiences, that you have endured, the trials, the tribulations, the challenges, the pivots, the wins, the overcoming. It is a marketable narrative that can be packaged into a book, a course, a keynote, or a brand, and then take you global. This program teaches you how to monetize what you have already been through. So if you say, I don't want to learn AI, I don't want to learn Open up your mouth. Your wealth is in your words. You just ain't told nobody what you done overcame, gone through, been through, survived. Okay, what you know, your expertise, your skill set. You ain't told nobody. Nobody know. Your wealth is in your words. Authority branding. The word in authority, the first 5 letters in authority is Arthur. So now I tell you, when you become an author, you have authority. That's where they get the word from. The word derives from Arthur. You can't have it without Arthur. And you can't have Arthur without it. Okay? Authority. Authorship gives you authority. This makes you an expert instantaneously. You wrote a book. Wow, you are author. You a published author. You are expert. You are expert. Authority is currency. When the market perceives you as an expert on stage, on a page, online, the quality of your opportunity changes entirely. Fees increase 100%. Go write a book. You start getting paid $15,000 minimum to join somebody's Zoom. $25,000 minimum to join somebody's stage and tell about the story. It don't get no better than that. Opportunities self-selected. Partnerships elevated. Now you start rubbing elbows with billionaires. Oh, wow, you survived a divorce. Man, I'm going through something right now. I got $1 billion and it ain't going to save my marriage. Oh, I survived a divorce. I'm going to tell you how I did it. I'm going to show you exactly what I had to do, how hard it was. I'm going to tell you the rotten, low-down truth, but you can come through. Let me help you. Oh, you lost a child? I did too. Let me show you how I'm surviving after the loss, how I'm living my life after death. Let me show you how to live your life, because you can still go on and live life. Family legacies. When you die, somebody need to know what you did and how you did it. I think you rob your generations when you don't let them know. Both of my grandmothers and my grandfathers have passed away, and nobody know what they did to buy their house. Nobody know what they had to go through. Were they slaves? I don't know. They were born in that era, but we don't know. Saddest thing for me, especially for my father's mother, I had to go Google where she came from. What was her maiden name? There was no blue, and I felt robbed. I felt absolutely robbed. How are we supposed to do? How are we supposed to move? Y'all didn't leave us nothing. No blueprint, no book, nothing. No recipes. What's some of your good nothing. You left us nothing. What in the Hades? What is this? So since nobody didn't leave us nothing, I gotta leave something. I gotta leave something. And I'm not just talking about go be an author, and I'm not an author. Go look me up. Go look up Tawana Thacker. My first book, But I'm Still Here. By Tawana Thacker. That's my maiden name. And then go look me up under Dr. Tawana Worlds. God, I forgive you too. I am a published author. Okay. That is what landed me on Grant Cardone stages because I told a story. That's how I made my first $12,000 in 1 hour. I told a story. What I just did here on this live was told you a story from start to finish. I'm a master storyteller. I graduated from the Master Storyteller Academy. Once you write a book and you get that authority, and then you go bestseller, and most people think that going bestseller is you don't even know what bestseller. When I found out how people go bestseller, I was like, oh my gosh, game over. Soon as you write your book, in 48 to 72 hours, you now a bestseller. Strategy. It's all about the information. You know how to pay a lot of money to go learn how to become a bestseller, how to launch a whole campaign and let everybody else make you a bestseller. Okay. I have a done for you community. Now, this is where I've showed y'all people making $60,000 a month, people doing $1 million a month and building a community. Everybody should have a community. Everybody should have a community. This is where you gather with like-minded individuals. You can have a community, and I told somebody this. You say, for instance, you 60 years and over, and you trying to keep up with everything that's going on in this society. One of my clients became a millionaire in the middle of a pandemic because she started something called Silver Seniors. And all she did was got on Zoom with them and say, hey, we got to keep moving. I know times is hard. I know people are depressed. They locked in nursing home, but we got to keep moving. They get on there and share stories, laugh, joke around with each other, eat lunch on Zoom. And she became a millionaire because people joined her private community. What could you teach to make you $1 million? What could you share? Even if you don't want to teach or share anything, build a community. Hey, this is a community for single mamas. This is a community for grieving families. This is a community for those who have diabetes, those who got kidney disease. This is a community for those overcoming abuse and narcissism, whatever you have gone through. You can build a community and charge a subscription like Netflix. Hey, it's $9 to be in my community. Hey, it's $33 to be in my community. It's $97 to be in my community. $43 to be in my community. And people love community. They love inclusion. They love to be included. So I have it done for you. Let me build your community out. The most powerful thing in any wealth building journey is not information, it's environment. The right room, the right accountability, the right structure, and the right strategy compressed in the right timeline can produce results in 12 months that most people spend a decade trying to reach alone. I have a done for you community built for you. Stop building in isolation. It's done for you community structure removes the friction of you finding the people yourself. I'm going to find them for you. And I'm going to put you directly inside a room of builders or inside of a room of crafters or inside of a room of seniors, whatever you want, operators and strategists who are actively moving. The environment is curated. The energy will be definitely intentional. This is a reoccurring revenue model. You will not just participate in the community. You will learn how to actually maintain after it's built for you. Maintain your own community. Recurring revenue from a community-based model is one of the most stable, scalable income streams available in the current economy as we speak. Everybody is going to a community. You got to learn the model as you experience it. Okay. You get elite strategy room, weekly live strategy sessions, direct access to high-level operators, and curriculum built around real outcomes. When I build it from you, I'm going to teach you how to maintain it. Whether you are started from zero, looking to accelerate an existing business past its current ceiling, the 12-month framework is built for both. The path compresses timelines through strategy, accountability, and environment, and 3 most powerful accelerants in existence. Okay. I think this is so that was the 12-month mentorship. Okay. They have the done for you community and the 12-month mentorship, 12 months to $1 million. And we're almost done. I literally have one slide. Okay. And I'm out of here. The community, let me show y'all real quick. When I say done for you community, okay. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about as far as done for you. I will build it for you. And not only will I build it for you, I will fill it for you. So when you come in, you already got reoccurring revenue coming in. You already got people in there paying monthly. Okay. But let me show you, like I just told you. And I'll turn the camera around over here. I need some mathematicians to get to work for me. Can somebody help me real quick? Somebody just put the numbers in the chat for everybody to see them. Okay. I'm going to make things a little bit bigger. She teaches calligraphy. Both of them. Sisters. They charge $9 a month. They have 1,000 members in there. Can somebody tell me how much is $9 times 1,000? And whatever number you come up with, that's how much money they make every month from a community. School is a platform where you have communities. Okay. AI Automation Society, this is a free community, but what he does is he upsells inside of this community. So you come in here, you get free information. Hey, you want to work one-on-one with me? Oh, you want to learn this particular skill? You want to learn how to create an AI twin or avatar? Then there's an upsell. Okay. So he has 348,300 people in this community. You can't tell me people don't like community. Now, this person teaches pickleball. It's a pickleball school community. All you do is learn strategies to play better pickleball right away with top pro Kyle Kazuta and his team of coaches. 1,300 members inside of this community paying $4,900. $49 a month. Somebody put the numbers in there, so I ain't got to go get no calculator. It's too many of y'all to not put the number. What is 9 times 1,000? What is 9 times 1,000? And what is 49 times 1,300? If y'all don't answer it, I'll come answer it myself so you can see it, because seeing is believing. Now, there's many communities, okay? Some free, some paid. She got 398 members in her community, but she charges $149 a month for her to teach them how to dance. This is people in menopause, women, shall I say, in menopause, $37 a month. She has 2,000 members. Any community could be built, and I will build it out for you. Okay. Any community can be built. I will build it out for you. I will drive traffic there so that you have paying customers inside of your community every month. And then I will have products inside of there that you can actually upsell, even though they're paying a monthly fee. So $9,000 a month from charging $9 a month and having 1,000 people in a group wanting to learn calligraphy. And 63,700 from a group of people wanting to learn how to do pickleball. If you like old schools, you can start an old school collection community, okay? If you like wood shop, you can do a wood shop community, okay? That's every single month. Every single month, $63,700 a month. Can somebody add up $63,700 a month times 12 and tell me, would you be a millionaire or not? Would you hit $1 million in 12 months off of a community? Okay? So I will build you out a community, a done for you community, and then the 12 months to $1 million mentorship is where you get access to everything. Every mentorship that I just mentioned, this is the last time and the last price, discounted price, cousin hookup, homie hookup, whatever you want to call it. This is the last opportunity. You would be at $764,000 a year. You almost at $1 million just on a community. Now, if you upsell something in there, you upsold an ebook, you upsold a guide, you upsold a workshop, you definitely be a millionaire. You doing $764K just on the reoccurring monthly membership, not to mention all the other stuff in there that you can sell. Hey, you want a one-on-one with me? Okay, you can upgrade. I'll do one-on-ones. You can get a one-on-one with me for $500 for an hour. Okay, you can get a discount $1,500, and I'll do you 4 sessions a month. Whatever the case may be, you are in control of how much you gonna get paid for your time. Nobody else. Ain't nobody else telling me I'm finna make no minimum wage. Excuse me. No, I get paid for my time, what I want to pay for my time, because I'm living on borrowed time and I don't know when my time is up. So if you're going to take my time, you're going to pay me for my time. Okay? The mentorships, the government contracting, like I said, we focus solely on that. That is $9.97. The last discounted price. All of my mentorships I've taken from 5K to $9.97. Not even a whole 1K. AI is a system. I'm gonna teach you how to build apps. I'm gonna teach you how to build agents. I'm gonna teach you how to start your own non-emergency after-hour medical answering call service, virtual staffing, everything you can think of. How to make wealth from websites, how to create mobile apps. Okay, all using AI. How to automate this thing. Okay, so that you create it once and you get paid from it forever, and that is how you scale. How to start, how to become AI certified. So now if I make you an app, I can't charge you no lesser than 5K. The app is only going to take me 10 minutes to make, but I can't charge you no lesser than 5K. If you want me to come into your school or your libraries and teach your staff or your students anything in AI for 45 minutes, that's $15,000. I am certified as an AI consultant. So now the pay grade goes up. You get certified in there. Let me tell you, the certification by itself is worth thousands of dollars. Go try to go find a certification program and tell me if you don't pay more than $997. You're going to get access to the certification program through me, through the connection, through the mentorship for $69. 1,000% legitimate, globally recognized AI consultant certified, certificate in hand. Okay. $997 government contract, and I guarantee you get a government contract 2 weeks to 90 days after starting the government contract and mentorship. I'm going to show you how to go eat, baby. You hungry? Let me teach you how to go eat. I'm getting my wealth back from the wicked. I'm not playing, and you shouldn't be either. The government been real wicked around here for a cool minute to some people that look like me. I'm getting my daggone wealth back through government contracts. Okay, $997 for that mentorship. Also, I went over the non-CDL transportation. I just told y'all there's $1 million available for you on May the 1st, and all you got to do is own the structure. Okay. Non-CDL transportation, we're going to show you how to start that bad boy from scratch to scale. Okay. From government contracts, you not never putting your butt on no seat and never touching no freight. Getting funding for it, turning that into a fleet. Okay. Multiple fleets on the road mean multiple income resources and streams for you. I'm going to show you how to charge $50,000 to build out somebody's transportation business. We legitimately charge $15,000 to build out your non-CDL transportation. I got straight up receipts. Okay. Everything that I have came by here has been from a servant's heart to get you to come. You can get into that mentorship for $1,000. Would you exchange $1,000 tax for $1 million harvest? It's available for you right now. All you got to do is go to Google, type in the SBA guaranteed loan, and it's only for those working in the food industry, the grocery chain, and transportation. That's why I'm telling you, get you some. You do not have to have not one single vehicle, but you got to have the proper structure. Okay. So we have a done for you on that as well as the mentorship. I would rather give you a fishing pole so you learn how to fish for the rest of your life. But if you don't have time, then we can build it for you and then coach you and train you how to maintain it. But you still go after the funding. Hello, somebody. And then we have books, bestsellers, and stages. If you know you got a story, what are you doing? Podcasts are waiting for you. The world is waiting for you. That's the lane I'm stepping in. I love telling stories. Devil, you touch me, I mean, in more ways than one. I got molestation. I got rape stories, abuse stories, being shot at, come from the hood, being poor, being on Section 8. What? You tried it. Okay. Now it's time for me to get paid. Real paid. I got lots of stories. I thank God for all my stories. You know, some people be like, I'm a victim. You know what happened to me? This happened to me. Good. Babe, you got 49 streams of income from 49 different stories. Tell them and let me help you tear them. Okay, let me help you create an ebook that'll also be a book. That's 2 streams of income. That'll also turn into a course. That's 3 streams of income. That'll also turn into a community. That's 4 streams of income. Turn into a mentorship. That's 5 streams of income. Turn it into a mastermind. That's 6 streams of income. Turn it into a yearly retreat. That's 7 streams of income from one story. Okay, what's the next story? Now you got 14. What? Okay, you got 7 stories. That's 49 streams of income. Let's go. So books, bestseller, and stages. I help you write your book in a day or a weekend. It's up to you. Then I help you go bestseller in 72 hours. And then it's time to take the stages. Get that real dough, yo. So you can go diversify it and get you some real assets. So that's what it's all about. Anything that I'm offering is going to lead to wealth, not wages. Okay. So all those mentorships are discounted on this live only for $997. And as y'all see, okay, y'all see right up there, this is my last slide. We're going away. Goodbye. All of these programs that you just heard me mention, I will not mention them to you anymore. I'm going to leave y'all right where y'all at. Y'all figure it out. Still love you. I'm going to come through here and pray whenever I'm led. And I am starting early morning prayer. So if y'all want to get it on prayer, that's free. That's free. Y'all want to get in and learn how to wage war before the sun comes up and bust Satan upside his head? We're going to be doing those type of things. I'm going to be doing a lot of storytelling, and I'm going to be doing a lot of AI creations, how you can actually go and create stories, telling, and go viral, get millions of dollars on YouTube and all these other platforms. That's the path and the lane that I'm going in. I'm going to the streets to teach the young people how to use AI, create systems and platforms that we gonna need because they the next generation. So my feet will hit the street, it's boots to ground. Okay, I ain't got time for this. Here is your final call. I've been trying to do this video for about 4 days, but I finally got it done. Yes, it's a little lengthy, but it's worth it. In the 12 months of mentorship, you get everything. We got 12 months, okay? We're going to $1 million in 12 months or less. Funding, credit, transportation, contracts, non-medical housing. I mean, you get it. You want to start homes, okay? Because that's a big bag over there. You get real estate, SCR loans. We're going to go buy hotels. We buy land together. We got waterfront. We got farmland. We go buy land together. We do everything. Books, you got books. Okay, cool. You learn how to ghostwrite. Okay, cool. You get the AI certification. Okay, cool. You get everything in a 12-month mentorship. It makes more sense than any of them. Okay. Because these other ones are individually. We focus on those, but some people don't want all of that. They want to focus on one. So that's why I pull certain programs out of the mentorship to offer it to you at a much lower cost than you paying for the 12-month mentorship. First of all, I don't know nobody working with nobody for no 3 months for no $997. You yourself won't even work for no whole month for no $997 1 month. You would yourself not even work for no $997 for no 1 month. Imagine 3. So who's winning? If any program, mentorship you get in, I show you bare minimum how to do you 5 to 10K bare minimum every month consistently, and you only pay $997. Who's winning? Now in the 12 months to $1 million, because in 12 months you will have your first $1 million. Okay, I limited it and said 5 people. God really dealt with me today, and really dealt with me about government. Tawana, if 12 of y'all go get $1 million, then that's 12 million. If one go get $1 million, that's only 1 million. But if 12 go get $1 million, that's 12 million. So I'm going to open up a couple of spots because literally there's only one, and I'm holding that for somebody. But this is where I'm going to show a small, intimate group how to go do $1 million. And I'm telling you, we got multiple ways to get there. So $1 million ain't hard. You're going to mess around and do more than $1 million. But my guarantee to you is we're going to do $1 million in 12 months or less. If I tell you one play, we go start 4 businesses. We build them bad boys structurally, properly, on paper. We go ahead and add the things that we need to add to it so that we bring the business to life. And then we go get $250,000 on each one of those businesses is for. That's $1 million already. And that can be done in 45 to 60 days top. But I'm not only giving you access to go make $1 million fast. Okay? I'm not only giving you access to do that. I am giving you access to multiple wealth generating streams. That way, if you got young people and you want to get the young men in transportation, that way, if you want to leave a legacy through government contracting, you can do that. We're still learning AI, so we ain't getting left behind. We're creating the tools that people is going to use because we are there first. Okay, we get into non-medical. Oh, the government is giving billions of dollars for you to go and provide housing. Right now, America is short 4.7 million homes, 7.2 million homes. They short. So they looking for people like you and me. They are giving us a lot of money to go buy dirt and build. It's a shortage. They don't got enough to keep up with the population. So you get all of that inside of the 12 months to $1 million mentorship. Now, the mentorships individually is $997. Okay. The 12 month to $1 million. That is $5K up front. Okay. You got to put $5K up front. I'm going to show you within your first 30 days how to go get more than your $5K that you invested. Because I know that you were serious enough to invest. Now I'm finna go show you how to go get $25K off the rip. So you get your $5K back and you got 20 in profit. That's going to be my first assignment. My first assignment is for you to get your money back. My first assignment is for you to get your money back. The whole entire 12-month mentorship is $10K. You're going to pay me $5K up front, and then you're going to pay me the other $5K when I get you funded. And that's a guarantee. And so you going to owe me $5,000, and I'm going to want my $5,000. So what that means is I solidify that you definitely going to get more money than you ever invested to get up in here, because you're going to have to pay me. Okay? So with that, I will take a payment plan for those who want the link to get into that. Okay. I will take a payment plan on the initial investment if you need a link. And I will only do that honestly for 2 people. If you got a credit card and you just sitting around saving it, you might as well swipe that bad boy. Okay. You might as well swipe it and let it go make you money. Swipe it, and then before it's due, you go pay it off in full. Boom. Okay. You go pay it off in full, and now you got a higher credit limit that is going to be available to you. Most people don't know this piece of information, but every 30 days you're supposed to get an increase on your credit card. You didn't know that. But every 30 days you're supposed to get an increase on your credit card. I'm ready for May 1st. I need that. You can't leave face purple open box. I think I read that right. I'm ready for May 1st. I need that. I do too. And you know what? Guess who's going after it? I got 3 businesses waiting for them. I'm not playing. And I'm showing you how to stop playing too. That's one thing about me. You go look at my school communities, I got a lot of them. Facebook communities, a lot of them. That's why I don't be running no ads and doing no marketing. What for? I got people in communities. I don't have to do that. I learned a long time ago by one of the greatest men that is a marketer. Build you a tribe so you survive. And I just went crazy. It's like, build one tribe, Dr. T. What you working on? I got 10 of them built. Why? Because it's easier to do it together. If I'm building one, I can build 2 at the same time. It's the same strategy. It's the same information, the same infrastructure. Why stop at 2? Why stop at 10? If I can get funding $250,000 on a brand new LLC and on one LLC, and I go create 10 LLCs. You think they can tell me you got too many LLCs? No, they cannot tell me that. I can have as many LLCs as I want. Literally. These are entities. They're not just like as just as I can have as many children, I can have as many entities. Hello, somebody. So in this mentorship, you get everything. I'm going to show you how to do $1 million. I'm more so interested in your receipt, but I'm also interested in building with you. Do you want to go build a city with me? Because you're going to need the information and the revenue to do it. We're going to not only get the money, we're going to actually protect the money. We're going to put this money in a trust. That way we don't own nothing, but we just control it. And our families will control it as well. You can't come repossess nothing. You can't come take back nothing. You can't tax me on nothing. I'm living tax free. I don't own nothing. The trust does. And we're also going to use your insurance policies like the banks do and y'all do to become our own bank. And everybody in our families and in our household going to have an insurance policy on them worth $1 million that we can borrow against within 30 days of starting. But we just need your money to go ahead and initially get the investment going. Okay, we're just using your money. We're using your credit cards. We're going after your funding. We're doing the whole 9 yards. Okay, inside of this mentorship, I don't know anybody working. I mean, even Social Security people receiving benefits from Social Security gonna make more than I do in a year. You get $1,000, $1,100 from Social Security times 12. That's $12,000. I'm not even charging $12,000 for a whole year worth of my time to show you how to get you $1 million. Because God said. Now, before I go, and my time is up, anybody going with me? If not, we can part ways right here. I love you. I prayed for you, okay? And I have served you. I know I have served you well. I take great pleasure and honor to be able to be called to speak amongst you all, for y'all to listen to me. I'm equally as grateful for you, okay? And this ain't a goodbye. This is growth. But it is game over. This ain't a goodbye. This is growth. It just means that the access with me coming out here, putting out this information, trying to get y'all to move something and you ain't really ready to move something. Yeah, it just means that that door is closed. In order to get in any of my mentorships after this, you will pay me $25,000 for a whole year. And that's just my basic mentorships. That is not my mastermind. That is not my mastermind, okay? I have a lot to build for the Lord, so I'm charging according to what I need to match. Oh, I'm charging according to what I need to build, okay? Any questions before I go? Since ain't none of y'all ready to get down with the get down, okay? Any questions before I go? Any last closing words you want to say about anything that I've talked about on this live? My time is over, okay? I am out for the clout. Okay, out for the count. My time is up. Any questions? I know there is a delay over here on YouTube and Facebook, so I'm going to give y'all about a minute or so. I didn't want to be as long, but I wanted to get through with this because it's been drug out for so many days, but this is my last live. Okay, it's my last live, going live about this. They come with some crazy stuff. I will pop up and be like, hey, oh my gosh. Okay, but it won't be no opportunities involved. You are beautiful. Continue to allow the Spirit to move mightily in your life. Send the link. You were supposed to email me the other day, beloved, and you did not. You were supposed to send me an email the other night. I waited for you, okay? Wasted my time waiting for you, and you did not. So if you ready and you serious, then you send me an email. And you will send me that email even if it say, hey, before I leave, okay? And then I'll send you a link. Any other questions? You know I say that in love. You know I say that in love. You know I love you. But that's just the truth. But sometimes we got to be called out, okay? Because God say stop procrastinating. God say stop playing. I'm trying to get something to you, not take something from you. Stop playing. Stop playing. Let's go, cousins. Instagram, I love y'all. If y'all interested, and really, I'm not even gonna give y'all an hour over here on Instagram, to be honest with you. I normally be like, oh, you can't see the information. Let me put it up over here while I'm yapping off over here. Here is the information. If you ready to go, you ready to lock in. Here's my contact information. Here's my email. Here's how you can actually make your payment, secure your spot. Okay. Here it is right here before I end this live, my cousins. Instagram, I'm gonna give y'all about maybe 30 minutes, literally. Okay. I'm gonna wait up. Don't have me like my sister girl over here had me the other day and had me wasting my time waiting up for that email. Okay. I did it. The system froze on me and we had storms here. I received. Okay, got you. 100%. If you guys are interested over here on Instagram, y'all go ahead and inbox me, and I will only accept inboxes from those who inbox me or DM me, shall I say, 30 minutes after this live ended, because you can't see the information that is on the screen, not unless you go join me on YouTube or you go join me on Facebook. I do have some other platforms, and whenever I am led to come out and share those platforms, I will do so, so that if you want to follow me and you didn't have your time of missing Dr. T, you be like, oh my God, you came back for me, Dr. T. I'm so sorry. And you want to follow me on any of those other platforms, then at the appointed time, I will share. Okay. I will keep this up. This my pages and stuff up over here, Facebook, because I'm gonna just do a lot of automation, and that automation is going to be to get into my communities, my private mentorships. But you're going to pay like you weigh. Okay, you're going to definitely pay like you weigh. But with that being said, I don't see any more questions. I don't see any more anything else. I love you guys, Instagram family. I love you. I have another page over on Instagram too that I have set up, and I will be using that page more so. Um, but when I can pop up, I will pop up. This is not the goodbye from Dr. T. Dr. T ain't going nowhere. Dr. T is just pivoting. Okay? Dr. T ain't going nowhere. Dr. T is just pivoting and restricting public access to be more private access. All right. So y'all go ahead, hit me up. Love you. And if you don't hit me up, I'll see y'all when I see y'all. It's been good. It's been good. And I'm grateful to God for it. Peace out. All right, YouTube, Facebook, we're done. I love y'all. If ain't nobody told y'all that they love you today, ain't nobody told you they love you in a long time, I do. Okay, I do. And that's why I showed up. And I pray that whenever God sends me back this way, I will connect with some of y'all. I know sometimes when you don't go live, the algorithm tends to die down a little bit. I know that I will have, a different audience, different followers that will be drawn to these channels, my Facebook channels, because everything will be automated. Okay. So you will see new faces, new, all kind of new content, but it will be automated. AI twins, AI clones, digital products, different things of that sort, my storytelling, vision boards, all of that stuff. You may see that. I may share little 30-second snippets of that type of stuff. But for the most part, whenever I get some time to come by here, and I hate when you have a little piece of skin right here. You know your lips is dry. I need some water. When I am able to come by here, I will be doing that prayer. That's for sure. I'm going to start back doing the prayer that I used to do every single morning. Okay. Command your day, declare and decree. Okay. Prepare for battle. Prayer. You will see those early mornings. But other than that, yeah, I love y'all. Peace. See you when I see you.